100 Practical Ways to Eliminate Debt. Your Complete Freedom Guide by MoneySense Audio. Introduction. Your journey to financial freedom starts today. Hey there, friend. If you're watching this video or reading this guide, you've already taken the most important step toward financial freedom. You've decided that enough is enough. You're tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You're exhausted from the constant stress of owing money. You're ready to break free from the chains of debt that have been holding you back from living the life you deserve. I want you to know something right now. You can do this. I don't care how much debt you have. I don't care if it feels overwhelming. I don't care if you've tried before and failed. Today is a new day, and this guide contains 100 practical, proven strategies that will help you eliminate your debt once and for all. This isn't theory. This isn't wishful thinking. These are real, actionable steps that thousands of people have used to pay off tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. And if they can do it, so can you. Over the next hour, we're going to walk through every aspect of debt elimination, from getting your mindset right, to creating a budget that actually works, to finding extra money you didn't know you had, to attacking your debt with laser focus. By the end, you'll have a complete roadmap to financial freedom. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's change your financial life together. Section 1. The Foundation, Mindset and Motivation, Ways 1 to 10. Before we talk about numbers and strategies, we need to get your head in the right place. Debt elimination is 80% behavior and only 20% math. Let's build the foundation. During 1, face your debt. Head on. The first step is often the hardest. You need to know exactly how much you owe. Many people avoid this because ignorance feels safer than reality. But here's the truth. The monster in the shadows is always scarier than the one you can see clearly. Sit down today and make a list of every single debt you have. Credit cards, student loans, car payments, medical bills, personal loans, everything. Write down the creditor name, total balance, interest rate, and minimum payment. Yes, it might be painful. Yes, you might feel sick to your stomach. But once it's on paper, you've taken away its power to haunt you. You've turned a vague fear into a concrete problem that can be solved. 2. Calculate your debt-free date. Here's where hope enters the picture. Once you know what you owe, you can calculate when you'll be free. If you continue making minimum payments, when will you be debt-free? Then, what if you paid an extra $50 a month, an extra $100, an extra $200? Use an online debt calculator and play with the numbers. Watch how adding even small amounts can cut years off your journey. This isn't just math. This is your future. When you see that you could be debt-free in 3 years instead of 15, something clicks. Suddenly, sacrifice doesn't feel like sacrifice. It feels like a strategic investment in your freedom. 3. Write your why. You need a reason bigger than the debt. Why do you want to be debt-free? And I don't mean surface-level answers like to save money. Go deeper. Is it so you can quit a job you hate, so you can stop fighting with your spouse about money? So your kids can see what financial responsibility looks like? So you can sleep peacefully at night? So you can retire with dignity? Write your why on a card and put it where you'll see it every single day. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Set it as your phone wallpaper. Tape it to your credit card. When you're tempted to spend money you don't have, your why will stop you in your tracks. 4. Stop using debt immediately. This is non-negotiable. You cannot get out of a hole while you're still digging. Cut up your credit cards today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Get scissors and destroy them. I know what you're thinking, but what about emergencies? That's what your emergency fund is for, which we'll build together. But what about my credit score? Your credit score is a measure of how much you love debt. Right now, we're breaking up with debt forever. If cutting up your cards feels too extreme, freeze them in a block of ice. The point is this: the cards cannot be available for impulse purchases. If debt isn't convenient, you won't use it. And if you won't use it, you can finally start making progress. 5. Declare your independence. Tell people about your debt-free journey. I'm not saying broadcast your exact numbers on social media, but tell your close friends and family, we're getting out of debt and we need your support. This does 2 powerful things. First, it creates accountability. When people know you're on a mission, they'll check in on you, encourage you, and hold you to your commitment. Second, it protects you from lifestyle expectations. When your friends want to go to an expensive restaurant and you suggest a cheaper option, they'll understand. When you skip the vacation everyone's taking, they won't judge you, they'll respect you. 6. Visualize your debt-free life. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine what life will feel like without debt. Imagine checking your bank account and keeping everything you earn. Imagine making decisions based on what you want, not what you can afford to finance. Imagine the stress lifting from your shoulders, the peace settling into your mind, the freedom expanding your possibilities. This isn't fantasy. This is your future, but you have to be able to see it before you can achieve it. Create a vision board if that helps you. Write a letter to your future debt-free self. Make it real in your mind, and your actions will follow. 7. Understand that debt is stealing your future. Let me give you a sobering reality check. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar you're not investing. If you're paying $500 a month in credit card interest, that's $6,000 a year that could be growing in retirement accounts. Over 30 years, with compound interest, that's not $6,000. That's potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. Debt isn't just costing you money today. It's stealing your retirement, your children's education fund, your dream home, your financial security. When you truly understand this, paying off debt stops feeling like deprivation and starts feeling like the smartest investment you'll ever make. 8. Reject the normal lifestyle. Our culture tells us that debt is normal, car payments are normal, credit card balances are normal, student loans are normal, being broke is normal. You know what? Normal is broke. Normal is stressed. Normal is living paycheck to paycheck and hoping nothing goes wrong. I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be normal. Weird people don't have debt. Weird people have money. Weird people have options. Be weird. Embrace it. When people make fun of your cheap car or your lack of cable TV, smile and think about your growing bank account and your shrinking debt. 9. Practice intense gratitude. Debt elimination requires sacrifice, and sacrifice can breed resentment if you're not careful. The antidote is gratitude. Every single day. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Focus on what you have, not what you're temporarily giving up. You have a roof over your head. You have food to eat. You have people who love you. You have opportunities. You're alive and healthy and capable of change. When you cultivate gratitude, the sacrifices of debt elimination don't feel like sacrifices at all. They feel like small prices to pay for something invaluable. Freedom. 10. Commit to the journey, not just the destination. Becoming debt-free might take months or years depending on your situation. You can't hate every day of that journey, or you'll give up. You have to find joy in the process. Celebrate every small win. Paid off a credit card? Celebrate. Made it through a month without using debt? Celebrate. Found an extra $50 for debt payoff? Celebrate. The journey itself needs to be rewarding, or you won't complete it. Fall in love with progress, not just the finish line. Section 2. The budget. Your money's assignment weighs 11 to 25. Now that your mind is right, let's talk about the most powerful tool in debt elimination, the budget. A budget isn't restriction, it's permission. It's telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. 11. Create a zero-based budget. Here's how a zero-based budget works. Every single dollar you earn gets assigned a job before the month begins. Income minus expenses equals 0. You're not leaving anything to chance. List your income at the top. Then list every expense: housing, utilities, food, transportation, insurance, minimum debt payments, and so on. Whatever's left goes to your debt snowball. Every dollar has a name, a purpose, a mission. This is how you take control. 12. Budget. Every month, every time. Your expenses change every month. December has Christmas. June has vacations. October has back-to-school supplies. You can't use the same budget every month and expect it to work. At the end of each month, sit down and create next month's budget from scratch. Look at your calendar. What's coming up? What will you need? Plan for it. Budget for it. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. 13. Use cash envelopes for variable expenses. Here's a game changer. Take cash out for your variable spending categories: groceries, restaurants, gas, entertainment, clothing. Put the cash in envelopes labeled with each category. When the envelope is empty, you're done spending in that category for the month. Period. No exceptions. This physical limitation creates real discipline. You can't overspend what you don't have. Credit cards make spending abstract. Cash makes it real. 14. Give every irregular expense a monthly fund. Car insurance due every 6 months. Divide that by 6 and save that amount monthly. Christmas in December, save 1/12 of your Christmas budget every month. Annual membership fees, monthly savings. Irregular expenses are budget killers. They feel like surprises, so people use credit cards to cover them. But they're not surprises, they happen every year. Anticipate them, plan for them, and save for them monthly. Problem solved. 15. Include a small fun money category. You cannot live like a monk for years while paying off debt. You'll burn out and binge spend. Each spouse should get a small amount of money each month, maybe $20 or $50 that they can spend on absolutely anything without judgment or justification. Want to buy coffee? Fine. Want to save it for a nice meal? Great. Want to blow it on a video game? Your choice. This tiny amount of freedom prevents resentment and keeps you sane during the journey. 16. Track every single expense. For at least 1 month, write down every penny you spend. Every single penny. Coffee, parking meters, app subscriptions, everything. You cannot change what you don't measure. Most people have no idea where their money goes. They think they spend $100 a month eating out when it's actually $300. Tracking shows you the truth, and the truth sets you free. Use an app, use a notebook, use a spreadsheet. Just track it all. 17. Review your budget weekly. Don't wait until the end of the month to see how you did. Check in weekly. Are you on track? Did unexpected expenses pop up? Do you need to adjust? Think of your budget like a GPS. If you miss a turn, the GPS recalculates immediately. It doesn't wait until you're 100 miles off course. Your budget should work the same way. Quick corrections keep you on track. 18. Budget as a couple. If you're married or have a partner, you must budget together. Money. Problems are the #1 cause of divorce, and most money problems stem from lack of communication and agreement. Set a monthly budget meeting. Both people need to have input. Both people need to agree. Both people need to be on the same page. You're on the same team, fighting the same enemy. Debt. United you stand, divided you stay broke. 19. Pay for the month's expenses with last month's income. This is the ultimate goal for your budget. Get 1 month ahead. You earn money in January, but you don't spend it until February. You earn in February and spend it in March. This eliminates the paycheck to paycheck stress. You're not timing bills to paychecks. You're not hoping things clear in the right order. You have a full month's expenses sitting in your account at all times. This takes time to achieve, but it's worth working toward. 20. Cut the budget in order of priority. When you need to cut expenses, cut in reverse order of importance. Entertainment goes before electricity. Cable goes before car insurance. Restaurants go before rent. Make a list of your expenses from most essential to least essential. When you need to free up money for debt payoff, start at the bottom and work your way up. This ensures you're protecting what matters most while eliminating what matters least. 21. Question every subscription. Subscriptions are silent budget killers. Netflix, Spotify, gym memberships, app subscriptions, Amazon Prime, meal kits, software subscriptions. They add up to hundreds of dollars a month. Cancel everything. I mean everything. Then, if you genuinely miss something after 30 days, you can consider adding it back. But most of the time, you won't even notice they're gone. That's hundreds of dollars a month that can attack your debt instead. 22. Plan your meals and groceries. Food is one of the biggest budget categories and one where people overspend the most. The solution? Meal planning. Every week, plan your meals. Make a detailed grocery list based on those meals. Shop with the list and only buy what's on the list. Cook at home. Pack your lunch. This can easily save you $500 or more per month compared to eating out and buying convenience foods. 23. Build a basic emergency fund. First, before you attack your debt with full intensity, save $1,000 or 1 month's expenses if your income is under $20,000 annually in a starter emergency fund. This fund keeps you from using credit cards when small emergencies happen, and they will happen. A flat tire, a broken appliance, an unexpected medical bill. Without this buffer, you'll derail your progress. With it, you'll handle problems and keep moving forward. 24. Separate your checking accounts by purpose. Consider having multiple checking accounts, one for fixed expenses, rent, insurance, car payment, one for variable expenses, groceries, gas, and one for discretionary spending, fun money, entertainment. When you deposit your paycheck, immediately divide it according to your budget into these accounts. This creates clear boundaries and prevents you from accidentally spending rent money on restaurants. 25. Make your budget visible. Put your budget somewhere you'll see it every day. Print it out and put it on the refrigerator. Set it as your computer background. Make it your phone's lock screen. The more you see it, the more you'll stick to it. Out of sight, out of mind doesn't work with budgets. In sight, top of mind, that's how you succeed. Section 3. Increase your income. Ways 26 to 40. You can only cut expenses so far. At some point, you need to increase the money coming in. Let's explore ways to boost your income so you can attack debt faster. 26. Ask for a raise. When's the last time you asked for a raise? If you've been at your job for more than a year, performed well, and taken on additional responsibilities, you deserve to be compensated fairly. Research salary ranges for your position in your area. Document your accomplishments and contributions. Schedule a meeting with your boss. Present your case professionally and confidently. The worst they can say is no, but if they say yes, that extra money goes straight to debt. Even a 5% raise on a $40,000 salary is $2,000 a year, nearly $200 a month for your debt snowball. 27. Work overtime. If your job offers overtime opportunities, take them. Every extra hour you work is money you can throw at your debt. Yes, you'll be tired. Yes, you'll have less free time, but remember, this is temporary. You're not signing up for a lifetime of overtime. You're signing up for a season of intensity that will create a lifetime of freedom. Work the overtime, pay off the debt, reclaim your time. 28. Start a side hustle. What skills do you have that people will pay for? Can you tutor, drive for a rideshare service, deliver food, walk dogs, clean houses? Do freelance writing, graphic design, or web development? Sell crafts on Etsy? Do lawn care? Your side hustle doesn't have to be glamorous. It just has to generate income. Even an extra $300 to $500 a month can shave years off your debt payoff timeline. Every dollar from your side hustle should go directly to debt. Don't let lifestyle inflation steal your side income. 29. Monetize your hobbies. What do you do for fun? Can you get paid for it? If you love photography, offer mini photo sessions. If you enjoy baking, sell custom cakes. If you're good at organizing, offer organizing services. If you love fitness, become a personal trainer. When you turn a hobby into income, it doesn't feel like work. You're doing something you enjoy and getting paid for it. That's the best kind of side income. 30. Sell everything you don't need. Look around your home. How much stuff do you have that you haven't used in a year? Electronics, furniture, clothes, tools, kitchen gadgets, kids' toys they've outgrown, books, sporting equipment. Have a massive yard sale. List items on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, or eBay. Join local buy-sell groups. The average household can raise $2,000 to $5,000 by selling stuff they don't need. That's a huge chunk of debt gone, and you've decluttered your life in the process. 31. Rent out spare space. Do you have an extra bedroom? Rent it out on Airbnb or find a long-term roommate. Do you have a garage or storage space you're not using? Rent it out for storage. Have a parking spot in a crowded area? Rent it out. Your home can generate income if you're creative. Yes, it might be inconvenient, but remember, temporary inconvenience for permanent freedom. That's the trade you're making. 32. Take on a temporary second job. Consider getting a part-time job for a specific period, maybe 6 months or a year. Retail, food service, warehouse work. These jobs might not be glamorous, but they provide steady extra income. Many people have used the second job sprint strategy. They take a part-time job with every paycheck going entirely to debt. They work intensely for a short period and make incredible progress. Then, once they've knocked out a significant amount of debt, they quit the second job and return to normal life. It's a sprint, not a marathon. 33. Leverage seasonal work. Tax season, holidays, back to school, summer. These periods create temporary job opportunities. Tax preparers, retail associates, delivery drivers, and event staff are all in high demand during specific seasons. Take advantage of these seasonal booms. Work retail during the holiday season and put every paycheck toward debt. Work for a tax preparation company during tax season. Do landscaping in the summer. These concentrated bursts of income can create substantial debt payoff momentum. 34. Offer your services on TaskRabbit or Fiverr. Online platforms connect people who need services with people who can provide them. TaskRabbit for local tasks like furniture assembly, moving help, or handyman services. Fiverr for digital services like writing, design, video editing, or voiceover work. Create profiles, highlighting your skills. Start with competitive pricing to get reviews. As your reputation builds, you can raise your rates. These platforms make it easy to find paying work on your schedule. 35. Participate in the gig economy. Drive for Uber or Lyft. Deliver food with DoorDash or Grubhub. Shop for people with Instacart. Deliver packages with Amazon Flex. The gig economy offers unprecedented flexibility. You can work whenever you want, wherever you want, for as long as you want. Turn on the app when you have free time. Make money. Turn it off when you're done. Send every penny to your debt. 36. Teach what you know. Are you an expert in something? Teach it. Create an online course on Udemy or Teachable. Offer local classes or workshops. Tutor students in subjects you're strong in. Teach music lessons, language lessons, or coding boot camps. People are willing to pay to learn skills. If you have knowledge that others want, package it and sell it. This can become a steady stream of income that requires minimal ongoing effort once you've created the content. 37. Do odd jobs for neighbors. Let your neighbors know you're available for odd jobs. Yard work, painting, cleaning gutters, power washing, organizing, pet sitting, house sitting. The list is endless. Neighborhoods are full of people who need help with tasks they don't have time for or ability to do. Be the go-to person. Word of mouth spreads quickly. Before you know it, you'll have more work than you can handle. 38. Rent out your car. If you have a car you're not using all the time, rent it out on Turo or similar platforms. People need cars for travel, business, or temporary use. Your idle car can generate hundreds of dollars a month. Just make sure you understand the insurance implications and platform requirements. But if you have a car sitting in your driveway most of the time, why not let it work for you? 39. Participate in research studies. Universities, medical institutions, and market research companies regularly need participants for paid studies. These can range from surveys to focus groups to clinical trials. Check local universities and research hospitals for opportunities. Sign up for market research panels. Some studies pay small amounts, others pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the time commitment and nature of the research. 40. Return to work or increase hours. If you're a stay-at-home parent or working part-time, consider returning to full-time work temporarily during your debt elimination journey. Or if you're working part-time, increase to full-time. I know this is a significant decision with family implications. But sometimes a temporary season of both parents working or increased hours creates the financial intensity needed to escape debt quickly. Once you're debt-free, you can reassess and make choices from a position of financial strength rather than financial desperation. Section 4. Reduce expenses, ways 41 to 60. Now let's get serious about cutting expenses. Every dollar you don't spend is a dollar that can eliminate debt. Let's find money hiding in your current spending. 41. Eliminate restaurant spending. The average American family spends thousands of dollars per year eating out. That money could eliminate debt instead. Commit to cooking at home, pack your lunch, meal prep on weekends, use a slow cooker or instant pot for easy meals. Save restaurants for special occasions only, maybe once or twice a year while you're in debt elimination mode. This one change can free up $300 to $500 a month. 42. Cut your grocery bill in half. Shop with a list and stick to it. Buy generic brands instead of name brands. Shop sales and use coupons. Buy in bulk for items you use regularly. Avoid convenience foods. Cook from scratch. Challenge yourself to cut your grocery spending by 50%. Most families can do this without feeling deprived by being strategic, planning meals, and eliminating waste. That could be $200 to $300 a month for debt. 43. Cancel cable and streaming services. Cable TV costs hundreds of dollars a month. Streaming services add up to another $50 to $100. That's potentially $300 to $400 a month that could eliminate debt. Cancel all of it. You can survive without television. Read books from the library, spend time with family, work your side hustle. If you must have entertainment, keep one streaming service and share passwords with family. But honestly, you'll be so busy working toward debt freedom that you won't miss it. 44. Downgrade your cell phone plan. Are you paying for unlimited data you don't use, a premium plan you don't need, the latest phone on a payment plan? Switch to a budget carrier like Mint Mobile, Cricket, or Visible. You'll get the same coverage for a fraction of the price. Buy phones outright and used. A family can often cut their cell phone bill from $200 to $50 a month. That's above $800 a year for debt payoff. 45. Quit expensive habits. Smoking, vaping, excessive drinking, daily fancy coffee, energy drinks. These habits cost a fortune. A pack-a-day smoker spends over $2,000 a year. A daily Starbucks habit costs $1,500 to $2,000 annually. Quitting expensive habits doesn't just free up money for debt, it improves your health and quality of life. That's a double win. 46. Drive less, save on gas, consolidate errands into one trip, carpool when possible. Work from home if your job allows, walk or bike for short trips. Even small reductions in driving can save $50 to $100 a month on gas. That might not sound like much, but over a year, it's $600 to $1,200 attacking your debt instead of burning in your gas tank. 47. Lower your insurance costs. Shop around for car and home insurance annually. Increase your deductibles. Bundle policies remove unnecessary coverage. Ask about discounts for safe driving, security systems, being claim-free, or paying annually instead of monthly. Raise your deductible from $500 to $1,000. Your emergency fund will cover it if needed. These actions can easily save you $50 to $150 per month. 48. Cut your utility bills. Lower your thermostat in winter and raise it in summer. Unplug devices not in use. Use LED bulbs. Take shorter showers. Run full loads of dishes and laundry. Seal drafty windows and doors. Small changes add up. You can often reduce utility bills by 20-30% through conscious conservation. That's another $25 to $75 a month for debt elimination. 49. Stop buying new clothes. You have enough clothes. You really do. Commit to buying nothing new except essential replacements for worn-out items. Shop thrift stores, consignment shops, or clearance racks if you absolutely must buy something. The average person spends over $1,000 a year on clothes. Reduce that to nearly zero during your debt elimination journey. That's significant money freed up. 50. Use the library for everything. Libraries offer free books, movies, audiobooks, magazines, internet access, and community programs. Many even offer free access to online courses, museum passes, and tool libraries. Cancel Amazon purchases of books. Cancel Audible. Return movies to Redbox. Visit your library instead. This can save $20 to $50 a month, small amounts that add up to hundreds annually. 51. DIY instead of paying for services. Learn to do things yourself. Cut your own hair, paint your own nails, change your own oil, do basic home repairs, clean your own house, mow your own lawn. YouTube has tutorials for everything. What you pay $100 for someone else to do, you can often do yourself for $20 in supplies and an hour of time. Over a year, DIY living can save thousands of dollars. 52. Negotiate every bill. Call every service provider, internet, phone, insurance, credit cards, and negotiate a lower rate. Say these magic words: I'm looking at my budget and need to reduce expenses. What promotions or discounts can you offer me to keep my business? You'd be amazed how often companies will reduce your rate rather than lose you as a customer. Even getting $20 a month off 3 services is $60 monthly or $720 yearly for debt. 53. Stop giving expensive gifts. Holidays and birthdays don't require spending hundreds of dollars per person. Have honest conversations with family about scaling back. Suggest name draws instead of buying for everyone. Make homemade gifts. Give time and experiences instead of things. The people who truly love you will understand that you're working toward financial freedom. If they don't understand, You're probably spending too much energy worrying about their opinions anyway. Gift spending can easily be reduced by 75% or more. 54. Avoid convenience purchases, gas station snacks, vending machines, impulse buys at checkout, expedited shipping, convenience store purchases. These all cost significantly more than planning ahead. Pack snacks for road trips, bring lunch from home, buy from regular stores, not convenience stores. Choose free shipping even if it takes longer. These tiny conveniences add up to hundreds of dollars in waste every year. 55. Refinance your home, if it makes sense. If interest rates have dropped or your credit has improved, refinancing your mortgage could save you hundreds monthly. Run the numbers carefully, make sure you're not extending your loan term or paying excessive fees. The goal is to reduce your monthly payment so more money can attack other debt, or secure a lower interest rate that saves you tens of thousands over the life of the loan. But be careful. Don't refinance just to access equity or extend your debt. That defeats the purpose. 56. Downsize your life. Is your house or apartment bigger than you need? Moving to a smaller, cheaper place could save hundreds of dollars monthly in rent or mortgage, utilities, and maintenance. Could you move in with family temporarily? It's not glamorous, but many people have accelerated their debt freedom by eliminating housing costs entirely for a year or two. Temporary discomfort for permanent freedom? That's the trade-off. 57. Sell your car and buy a beater. If you have a car payment, sell the car. Buy a cheap, reliable car with cash, $2,000 or $3,000. Eliminate the payment entirely. I know you feel attached to your nice car. I know your ego doesn't want to drive a beater, but your nice car is keeping you broke. Swallow your pride, drive the beater, and throw those car payment dollars at your debt. You can upgrade once you're debt-free and can pay cash. 58. Cancel gym memberships. Gym memberships cost $30 to $70 a month on average, and many people barely use them. Cancel it, work out at home, run outside, use YouTube for free workout videos, do bodyweight exercises. Join a local sports league for cheap. You don't need an expensive gym to stay fit. That's $400 to $800 a year saved. 59. Shop secondhand. First, before you buy anything new, check Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, thrift stores, and garage sales. Furniture, appliances, tools, sporting goods, kids' items. You can find almost everything used for a fraction of retail price. Buying used is environmentally friendly and financially smart. Plus, you can often resell items for close to what you paid, making them essentially free to use temporarily. 60. Implement a 30-day rule. Before making any non-essential purchase, wait 30 days. Write down what you want to buy and the date. If after 30 days you still want it and it fits your budget, consider buying it. Most of the time, the impulse will pass. You'll realize you don't actually need or want the item. This simple rule eliminates impulse spending, which is a massive budget killer. It could save you hundreds of dollars every month. Section 5. The debt snowball method, ways 61 to 70. Now we get to the heart of debt elimination, the debt snowball method. This is the proven strategy for getting out of debt faster than you ever thought possible. 61. List your debts smallest to largest. Take your debt list and arrange it from smallest balance to largest balance. Ignore interest rates for now. Focus only on balance amounts. This might feel counterintuitive if you have high-interest debt, but trust the process. The debt snowball is about behavior change and psychological wins, not just math. You need momentum, and momentum comes from quick victories. 62. Attack the smallest debt. First, while making minimum payments on all other debts, throw every extra dollar at your smallest debt. Every single dollar. Found $20? Smallest debt got a $100 rebate. Smallest debt made $50 from a side hustle. Smallest debt. This debt becomes your obsession until it's gone. 63. Celebrate paying off each debt. When you eliminate that first debt, celebrate, do a happy dance. Tell your family, mark it off your list with ceremony, frame the final payment statement, post about it online if that motivates you. This celebration is crucial. It reinforces that your sacrifice is working. It gives you a taste of victory that fuels you to keep going. Don't underestimate the power of celebration. 64. Roll the payment to the next debt. Here's where the snowball gets powerful. Once the first debt is gone, take that entire payment amount and add it to the minimum payment of your next smallest debt. For example, if you were paying $200 on your first debt, you now pay the minimum on your second debt plus $200. The snowball grows with each debt you eliminate. Your payments get bigger and bigger, and your debts disappear faster and faster. 65. Ignore the critics who talk about interest rates. People will tell you that paying off high-interest debt first, the debt avalanche method, makes more mathematical sense. They're not wrong about the math. But here's what they're missing. Personal finance is personal. It's about behavior. You need wins. You need to see progress. You need motivation to keep going. Paying off a $25,000 student loan at 6% interest will take forever, and you'll get discouraged. But paying off a $500 credit card, that can happen in a month or two. That victory gives you the momentum to tackle the next debt and the next. The best debt payoff plan is the one you'll actually stick with. And the debt snowball, with its psychological wins, is the one that works for real people in the real world. 66. Find extra money for the snowball. Your debt snowball works faster when you feed it more money. This is where everything we've talked about comes together. Every dollar from reduced expenses, every dollar from increased income, all of it goes to the snowball. Challenge yourself to find an extra $100 this month, then $200 next month. Make it a game. Where can you find money? What can you sell? What extra work can you do? The faster you feed the snowball, the faster you'll be free. 67. Use windfalls wisely. Tax refunds, bonuses, gifts, inheritance, rebates, insurance settlements, any unexpected money should go straight to debt. All of it. I know you want to spend it. I know you feel like you deserve to treat yourself, but you know what you really deserve. Freedom. Windfalls can knock out entire debts in one payment. That's incredible progress. Don't waste these opportunities on things you'll forget about in a month. 68. Track your progress visually. Create a visual representation of your debt payoff journey. Color in thermometers as you pay down balances. Use debt-free charts. Create a chain where you remove a link for every $1,000 paid off. Seeing your progress keeps you motivated. On hard days when you're tired of sacrificing, look at how far you've come. Look at how the total is shrinking. Visual progress is powerful motivation. 69. Recalculate your debt-free date regularly. Every few months, recalculate when you'll be debt-free based on your current pace. As you make progress and find more money for the snowball, your debt-free date moves closer and closer. This is incredibly motivating, watching your debt-free date move from 5 years away to 4 years, then 3, then 2. It becomes real. It becomes achievable. It becomes inevitable. 70. Don't slow down. When it gets hard. There will come a point, probably after your first few quick wins, where you're left with the big debts. The student loans. The car loans. The ones that feel insurmountable. This is where most people give up. Don't be most people. Keep the intensity. Remember your why. Remember how good it felt to pay off those first debts. You've proven you can do this. The big ones just take longer, but the strategy is exactly the same. Stay focused, stay intense, stay committed. Section 6. Dealing with creditors. Ways 71 to 75. Sometimes you need to negotiate with creditors or handle collections. Here's how to do it effectively. 71. Communicate with your creditors. If you're struggling to make payments, call your creditors. Explain your situation honestly. Ask if they can temporarily reduce your interest rate, waive fees, or work out a payment plan. Many creditors would rather work with you than send your account to collections. They may offer hardship programs or forbearance. You won't know unless you ask. Ignoring them makes everything worse. Communication opens doors. 72. Negotiate settlements on old debts. If you have debts in collections, you can often settle for less than you owe. Creditors buy old debt for pennies on the dollar, so they'll often accept 30-50% of the balance to close the account. Get any settlement agreement in writing before you pay. Make sure it states the debt will be marked as paid in full or settled, and that they won't pursue you for the remaining balance. Only then should you send payment. This can save you thousands on old debts. 73. Prioritize the 4 walls. No matter what, always pay for the 4 walls first. Food, shelter, utilities, and transportation. These keep you alive and able to work. If money is tight and you have to choose between paying a credit card or paying rent, pay rent. The credit card can wait. Debt collectors are scary, but they can't evict you or turn off your heat. Take care of your basic needs first, then work on everything else. 74. Know your rights under the FDCPA. The Fair Debt Collection Practices Act protects you from abusive, deceptive, or unfair debt collection practices. Collectors cannot harass you, call at unreasonable hours, threaten you with violence, or lie about what you owe. Educate yourself on your rights. If a collector violates the FDCPA, report them and document everything. You have more power than you think. Don't let collectors bully or intimidate you. 75. Get everything in writing. Never trust verbal agreements with creditors or collectors. Get every promise, every settlement, every payment arrangement in writing before you send money. If a collector says they'll delete a negative mark from your credit report, get it in writing. If a creditor says they'll forgive part of your debt, get it in writing. Verbal promises are worthless. Written agreements are enforceable. Protect yourself. Section 7. Staying motivated. Ways 76 to 85. The debt elimination journey is long. Here's how to stay motivated when you feel like giving up. 76. Join a debt-free community. Surround yourself with people on the same journey. Join online communities, Facebook groups, or local meetups of people becoming debt-free. These communities provide encouragement, accountability, ideas, and proof that this works. When you're struggling, they lift you up. When you succeed, they celebrate with you. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Make sure those people are winning with money. 77. Read debt-free stories. Every week, read stories of people who became debt-free. They're everywhere: blogs, podcasts, YouTube videos, books. Read about the single mom who paid off $80,000 in 3 years, the couple who eliminated $150,000 in 5 years, the recent graduate who tackled student loans in 2 years. These stories prove it's possible. They show you what's achievable with focus and intensity. They remind you that you're not alone and that people in worse situations than yours have succeeded. If they can do it, so can you. 78. Calculate how much interest you're saving. Every month, calculate how much money you're saving by paying off debt. Look at what you would have paid in interest over the life of the loan versus what you'll actually pay by eliminating it early. When you realize you're saving $10,000, $20,000, even $50,000 or more in interest, sacrifice feels different. You're not giving up lattes, you're saving enough money to buy a car. That's powerful motivation. 79. Create milestone rewards. Set milestones throughout your journey and attach small rewards to each one. When you pay off your first $5,000, have a nice meal at home. When you hit $10,000, take a day trip somewhere free or cheap. When you eliminate your first $20,000, have a modest celebration. These rewards shouldn't derail your budget, but they acknowledge progress and give you something to look forward to. The journey needs to have moments of joy, or you'll burn out. 80. Document your journey. Keep a journal of your debt elimination experience. Write about your struggles, your victories, your feelings, your progress. Take photos when you pay off debts. Save the final payment statements. Years from now, you'll look back on this documentation and be amazed at what you accomplished. In the moment, writing about your journey helps you process emotions and recognize progress you might otherwise overlook. 81. Remember your previous financial mistakes. Keep a reminder of what got you into debt in the first place. Not to beat yourself up, but to remind yourself why you never want to go back. Maybe you were using credit cards to fund a lifestyle you couldn't afford. Maybe you bought a car you had no business buying. Maybe you just didn't know better. Learn from those mistakes. Let them motivate you to never repeat them. 82. Visualize the freedom waiting for you. Spend time regularly imagining your debt-free life. What will you do with the money you're currently sending to creditors? How will it feel to make decisions based on preference rather than payments? What opportunities will open up? This isn't daydreaming. This is mental preparation. You're programming your mind to believe that freedom is coming, that it's real, that it's worth the sacrifice. The clearer your vision of the destination, the easier it is to endure the journey. 83. Use anger as fuel. Get angry at your debt. Get angry that you gave your power away to lenders. Get angry that you're stressed and limited and stuck because of money you already spent. Channel that anger into focused intensity. Every dollar you throw at debt is you taking back control. Every payment is a declaration of independence. Use your anger productively. Let it fuel your determination rather than becoming destructive. 84. Share your progress. Tell people about your wins. When you pay off a debt, share it. Not to brag, but to create accountability and inspire others. You never know who you're encouraging. Your coworker might be struggling with debt, and your progress gives them hope. Your family member might think debt is just the way things are, until you show them another path. Your progress gives others permission to try. 85. Remember that this is temporary. The sacrifice, the budgeting, the side hustles, the saying no, it's all temporary. You're not signing up for a lifetime of deprivation. You're signing up for a season of intensity. That season might last 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years, depending on your situation, but it will end. And when it does, you'll have the rest of your life to enjoy financial freedom, temporary discomfort for permanent change. That's the deal. And it's worth it. Section 8. Avoiding debt traps, ways 86 to 90. As you're eliminating debt, you need to avoid creating new debt. Here's how to dodge common traps. 86. Stop playing the balance transfer game. Balance transfer credit cards promise 0% interest for a limited time. Sounds great, right? Wrong. This is just moving debt around, not eliminating it. Plus, there are transfer fees, and when the promotional period ends, the interest rate skyrockets. You're not solving the problem, you're just kicking it down the road. Stop playing games and attack the debt directly. 87. Avoid debt consolidation loans. Debt consolidation takes multiple debts and combines them into one loan, usually with a lower interest rate and payment. The problem? It treats the symptom, not the disease. You didn't get into debt because of interest rates or too many payments. You got into debt because you spent money you didn't have. A consolidation loan doesn't fix that behavior. Plus, most people who consolidate end up with the consolidation loan and new credit card debt because they never address the underlying problem. The only exception is if you can drastically lower your interest rate and you fix the behaviors that created the debt. But even then, the debt snowball is usually better. 88. Never co-sign a loan. When someone asks you to co-sign, what they're really saying is, I'm such a bad credit risk that no bank will lend to me. Will you take on this risk instead? The answer is no. Co-signing makes you legally responsible for debt that isn't yours, ruins relationships when things go wrong, and damages your credit if they don't pay. Just don't do it. If someone needs your co-signature to get a loan, they're not ready for that loan. 89. Beware of interest-free financing. Furniture stores, electronics retailers, and medical offices love to offer no interest for 12 months deals. If you don't pay off the balance in full by the end of the promotional period, you get hit with retroactive interest, often at 20-30% on the original balance. These deals are designed to trap you. Companies know most people won't pay it off in time. Don't fall for it. If you can't buy it with cash right now, you can't afford it. Wait, save, then buy. 90. Resist lifestyle inflation. As you pay off debts and your income increases, you'll be tempted to upgrade your lifestyle. Bigger house, newer car, fancier restaurants, expensive vacations. After all, you can afford it now. Stop. This is how people stay broke their entire lives. When you pay off a debt, keep living like you have that payment and invest the difference. When you get a raise, don't increase your spending. Increase your wealth building. Lifestyle inflation is the enemy of financial freedom. Section 9. Building wealth after debt. Ways 91 to 95. Once you're debt-free, you don't stop. Now you start building real wealth. 91. Complete your emergency fund. Remember that starter emergency fund of $1,000? Now that you're debt-free, build it up to 3 to 6 months of expenses. This fully funded emergency fund protects you from ever going back into debt. Car repairs, medical bills, job loss, you can handle it all without credit cards. This is the foundation of financial security. 92. Invest 15% for retirement. Once your emergency fund is complete, start investing 15% of your household income into retirement accounts. Use your company 401k, especially if they match contributions. That's free money. Then Roth IRAs. Don't wait to invest. Time is your most powerful wealth-building tool. The sooner you start, the more time compound interest has to work magic. Someone who starts investing at 25 will have more money at 65 than someone who starts at 35, even if the second person invests more money. Start now. 93. Save for your kids' college. If you have children, begin funding their college education through 529 plans or ESAs. You don't have to pay for everything, but helping them graduate debt-free is an incredible gift. However, retirement comes before college savings. Your kids can get loans for college if needed. You cannot get loans for retirement. Make sure your retirement is on track, then help your kids. 94. Pay off your house early. With no other debts and retirement funding in place, attack your mortgage with intensity. Make extra principal payments. Pay bi-weekly instead of monthly. Send windfalls to the principal. Imagine being completely debt-free, including your house. No payments to anyone. That's true financial freedom. Most people can pay off a 30-year mortgage in less than 15 years with focused effort. You'll save tens of thousands in interest and own your home outright decades earlier. 95. Build wealth and give generously. Once you're completely debt-free and building wealth, you can live and give like no one else. Invest in real estate. Build businesses. Create college funds for grandchildren. Support causes you care about. Help family members in need. This is the whole point. You didn't eliminate debt just to accumulate money. You eliminated debt to have options, to have security, to have the ability to be generous and make a difference. Wealth isn't the goal. Freedom is. And freedom allows you to live your purpose. That's Section 10. Staying debt-free forever weighs 96 to 100. The final section is about maintaining your freedom and never going back. 96. Pay cash for everything. Credit cards are not necessary. You don't need them to build credit. You build wealth by staying out of debt, not by managing debt well. Use debit cards or cash for all purchases. If you can't afford to pay cash, you can't afford it. This one principle keeps you debt-free forever. 97. Save up and pay cash for cars. Cars are the second largest purchase most people make. They're also where people waste incredible amounts of money on interest and depreciation. Buy reliable used cars with cash. A 5 to 7-year-old Honda or Toyota with 100. 1,000 miles, has many good years left, and costs a fraction of new. Drive it until the wheels fall off while saving for your next car. When you need a vehicle, you have cash waiting. Never have a car payment again. 98. Practice contentment. The secret to staying debt-free is being content with what you have. You don't need the latest iPhone, the biggest house, the newest car, or the fanciest vacation. Comparison is the thief of joy and the creator of debt. Stop comparing your life to others. Stop trying to impress people you don't even like. Find joy in relationships, experiences, and purpose, not in stuff. Contentment makes you wealthy regardless of your income. 99. Teach your children about money. Break the cycle. Don't raise your kids the way our culture raises them, believing debt is normal and unavoidable. Teach them to work, to save, to give, and to spend wisely. Let them see you living on a budget. Explain why you don't use credit cards. Show them the power of compound interest. Give them a financial education they won't get in school. The greatest inheritance you can give them isn't money. It's wisdom about money. 100. Remember where you came from. Never forget what debt felt like. The stress, the limitations, the hopelessness. Keep one of your old bills or statements as a reminder. When you're tempted to finance something, remember. When someone asks you to co-sign, remember. When you want to use credit for convenience, remember. Your past is your greatest teacher. Honor the journey you took to freedom by never going back. Conclusion: your debt-free life starts now. We've covered 100 practical ways to eliminate debt. That's a lot of information. But here's what it all comes down to. You have to want freedom more than you want stuff. That's it. That's the secret. Debt is a choice. Freedom is a choice. Every single day, with every single decision, you choose one or the other. Choose to budget instead of wing it. Choose to work extra instead of watching TV. Choose to cook at home instead of eating out. Choose to drive a beater instead of a luxury car. Choose to say no to what you want today so you can say yes to what you want most. The journey won't be easy. There will be hard days. There will be moments when you want to give up. There will be times when you feel like you're sacrificing too much for too long. But I promise you this, it is worth it. The feeling of making that final debt payment is indescribable. The peace that comes with opening your bank account and keeping everything you earn is life-changing. The freedom to make decisions based on what you want instead of what you can afford is priceless. Debt-free living isn't just about money. It's about relationships that aren't strained by financial stress. It's about sleeping peacefully at night. It's about having options. It's about dignity and self-respect. It's about building a legacy for your family. It's about living with purpose instead of obligation. You can do this. Millions of people have walked this path before you and succeeded. They're not smarter than you. They're not luckier than you. They're not more capable than you. They just decided that enough was enough and committed to the journey. Today is your day to make that decision. Today is your day to take control of your money instead of letting it control you. Today is your day to start the journey to financial freedom. Take the first step. Face your debt. Create your budget. Stop using credit. Make your plan. And then execute that plan with fierce determination and unwavering commitment. Your debt-free life is waiting for you. It's time to claim it. You've got this. I believe in you. Now go out there and make it happen. Welcome to the beginning of your financial freedom journey. Don't forget to subscribe to learn more about personal finance and ways to build wealth. Remember, you didn't get into debt overnight and you won't get out overnight. But with consistency, intensity, and commitment, you will get out. Your future self will thank you for starting today.